Hello everybody and welcome back to Stargrinding with Remblob. We are pogging because I finally get to fucking record with these. Like, you do not know how mauled I've gotten trying to find a suitable place to record this, but the rare opportunity has arrived where one of my roommates is in a completely different city and the other is watching anime with people. So I'm free to do whatever I want in this room right now, and what better thing to do when no one's here than record some star grinding sessions. So let's do it. Overflow. A schlong gone. Okay, I guess we're just doing. We're just gonna do this. And a song with like best song, a level with best song too. Okay, sure, why not? Overflow. My. Dude, it's so stupid. My hentai brain rot ass mind. And if you know, you know. But yeah, let's go. It feels so good to finally be recording this. Because, dude, the cosmic force was so bad on Thursday. I planned, or no, it was Wednesday actually. Basically, I planned to record on Wednesday of this week because on Thursday, my classes start at 11, so I can stay up pretty late. So I planned to stay up late and record an episode where we usually study. Building we usually study in. But of course, the one day that I want to record, someone's in the damn building doing work. Like, what? It's so stupid. I've stayed in the building that I wanted to record in late many times. What the hell just happened? What? How did that happen? Desktop leak? Oh no. But anyway, I've wanted to stay. I have stayed in the room that I wanted to record in for a long time, till like 1 to 2 a.m. and there's always nobody there. But the one time I bring all my recording equipment and I want to record and I feel like recording, there's just somebody in there. And they stayed in there. It was like 2:30 and then I just fucking gave up. I was so mad. I was actually so mad. And like, of course, I'm not entitled to that space. It is a public space for like studying and shit. But like, bro, I was so mad. But we're here now and we're happy. If I swear to God, if like if it turns out that my roommate like forgot something and comes back here while I'm gonna actually like lose it. It's so bad. Dude, I was so mad, but that is rectified by the fact that I'm here recording right now. So, how have I been recently? I've been pretty good. I've been kind of slacking on schoolwork lately. I've fallen a little bit behind on things, but this is only temporary, surely. Surely this is only temporary. And I'll be back on track. Teehee teehee. By next week. So not too worried. But yeah, that's that. There's an event that recently happened. As in like an hour ago that I could share. But I'm not at the level of like self-confidence and like I'm not at the social level yet where I can talk about what happened to me, and knowing that people in my real life are going to listen to this. So however funny and stupid what happened is, I'm not gonna talk about it because that would just kill me inside when my real life friends listen to this. So instead, what should we talk about? I have the notes app open. And I have a lot of things that I want to talk about. So I guess we can start off with like recent things, and then we'll go into the stuff that I teased last time. Dude, I'm actually like 8 years old. Dude, I'm in college, and I laughed at a title called Schlong Gone. But anyways, a series that I've been watching on YouTube recently is somebody I watch played Hollow Knight and did a playthrough of that, and it's making me kind of Hollow Knight pilled again. So the guy is from the channel Semblance of Sanity, which real ones know. I did the famous review for school once. I did that famous book review for school one time. And the guy that wrote the book's brother, who also is a part of the channel, because they're two brothers that do like anime reactions, and the other one that didn't write the book, he played Hollow Knight and uploads like highlights of that on their channel. And bro, it's actually like one of my favorite Let's Plays I've ever watched. And like I don't really, despite being like such a gamer, I don't really watch Let's Plays of even games that I enjoy. I don't know why. Because I think even if it's a game like Hollow Knight, which I really enjoy, especially like Hollow Knight, like watching somebody play it like unedited and like a stream or something is kind of boring, because sometimes they get stuck and you don't want to say anything because you don't want to spoil, and it's just like, I don't know. Even something like Celeste, like people get like stuck on rooms, and then it's like I want to see them react to other stuff. But And there's a person listening to this that may feel a little bit called out here, but I promise it's not a bad thing. This is just completely me on me. You should not feel bad that you're like boring to watch play the game. It should not. It's not an issue. It's just a part of watching people play games that you enjoy, at least for me. But this playthrough, it's like edited, but it's also not just like the super highlights, like the super like epic bosses and like this cool, really cool exploration moments. It also includes like, because he's like an anime reaction channel, and he's a really good like reaction channel in that he analyzes a lot of the stuff and potential symbolism of a lot of shows that he watches. That really translates well into Hollow Knight, which is very lore heavy, and so watching him like make up theories about what's happening in the story it's just really cool to watch. And it's just been really fun to watch him fall in love with the game that I did like 2 years ago, because yeah, as I've said many times before, Hollow Knight is one of my favorite games of all time. It's in a 3-way tie for my favorite game of all time. And it's really, really, really fun to watch. And he's also like, normally when you watch someone play a game, they don't do like everything, but this guy is going to do everything. He's going to get all 112%, every single percent of the game, and that's just I just really appreciate that. It's like, even when I watch, like, for example, VTubers who, many of them, my favorite ones even, have played Hollow Knight, and I don't know. It's just like, Hollow Knight is not the most fun game to play unedited, you know, so, or to watch unedited. And it's even the same with Celeste. Like, even Celeste is a lot more entertaining to watch, because it's not like based on exploration, so like you don't really get lost. It's very linear, it's very straightforward, and it's fun to watch people overcome like the challenges of the platforming in that game. But even that, like, again, VTubers, even like my favorite VTubers, have played Celeste before, and I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me. But yeah, this guy that's playing Hollow Knight right now is just I love it. And what an unexpected element of the videos that I enjoy a lot is, it just kind of what is that? I'm just jumping on nothing. Okay, anyway, the edits include just like little moments where he's just like exploring, like just like walking around and like experiencing the atmosphere of the game. And those moments just don't need to be in there. They don't need to be in the video. They're unnecessary, but they actually add like a lot. Because it makes it's more immersive, I guess, you know. It kind of makes me feel like how I felt when I was first playing the game. And it's just goated all around. Actually, like my favorite playthrough of a game in a while. It's just goated. Dude, come on. Yeah, anyway. I'm Hollow Knight pilled again. But, like, even though I am Hollow Knight pilled and I'm, like, really enjoying this guy's journey through it, I have no I still have, like, no desire to play the game myself again. Like, I dabble. Of course, I've dabbled in Hollow Knight. But I haven't done a full playthrough of the game in like a long time. So yeah. Dude, what is that? But yeah, I'm just waiting for Silk Song, man. But I found a game that might help with the wait for Silk Song. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I played a little bit of that today, upon discovering that my computer can actually handle it. Even though when I first downloaded it like a year ago, I thought it wouldn't. I tried it and it was too like laggy. But now it's fine for some reason. So I've started my playthrough of that, and so far it's pretty much exactly like Ori, the first Ori game, Ori in the Blind Forest. There are a few key differences, which I am really excited for. But so far, it feels a lot like the first game. But what I'm hyped for is Jeremy said that the Ori 2 rivals Hollow Knight for him for his favorite game. And so like that makes me really excited. That makes me really, really excited for this game. Because Hollow Knight is such a high bar. It's so high. So I'm excited. Hopefully in the future I will have finished Ori and then we'll be ranting and raving about it in a future episode, because it looks so good. It's a fucking gorgeous game, dude. Oh my god, I need to practice. It just looks so sick. Like it actually like blows my mind how good the game looks. Sometimes, like in like cutscenes, oh my god, it's insane. It's insanely good looking. And so if it can keep that up and deliver on gameplay, which was just in Blind Forest, it was more just very solid. it wasn't anything super outstanding. But another thing that I did notice about Will of the Wisps is that there's a lot more platforming. So that really tickles my fancy as well. So I'm very eager to play it some more. But yeah, the review of Ori 2 will come soon. Surely. I don't actually know how long it is, so it could be a while, actually. But regardless, I'm very excited. Carter, you don't have to worry about me bugging you to play Ori on your computer anymore. I'm sure this is great news for you. But yeah, I've been really excited about media lately, and I've been hearing a lot of great things about some anime and manga lately, particularly Land of the Lustrous, which is a show that I watched a while ago. Thought it was really cool, but the studio that did that is also doing Beastars, so of course they're focusing on that more. So you probably won't get a season 2 of it until Beastars finishes. The Beastars anime finishes, but supposedly, according to my roommate Max, the manga is insane. So I've been I might rewatch the anime and after that then read the manga, because that is a really, really cool show that I haven't really seen anything like it since. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Also, we have a little bit of a compact going, the Horimiya compact, where me, Max, and my friend Carter are going to read Horimiya, the manga, together. Or not together, more like at the same time, so that we can all talk about it once we're all finished. And I've yet to start it, but I mean, I watched the anime, I really enjoyed it, so, and I think it'll be a fun manga to read, especially because it's fucking finished, that's like the top one reason why I have not read more manga, is because like none of them are finished. But this one's actually finished, and so I think I'll have a great time watching it. So yeah, that's that. Ooh, this is an interesting topic that will get a little serious. Recently, one of the streamers that I watch, a Twitch streamer, he's Ludwig adjacent, called Atrioc had some drama about him where he looked at deep fake porn of streamers, or he looked at a website that had deep fake porn of streamers that he liked, that he was also friends with. Supposedly he didn't actually look at any of it, but it's still like it caused a huge amount of drama. And it's been really weird because he is a streamer that he was my favorite streamer at one point, and my favorite like YouTube channel too. So, and this is the first time that a streamer that I really enjoy had some drama about him, that, or them, I guess I should say, that made me lose respect for them, kind of, because that's very bad. But it's spawned a really interesting discussion about how, I don't want to say this, I don't want to say the P word too loud, because although I don't really care, about people potentially hearing me on my floor, I still don't really want to talk. So it's, dude, I need to practice this too. It's spawned a very insightful discussion about how women have been affected by this, and how Atrioc like exposed it to like the wider world. And it even made me kind of reflect on how I've kind of looked at like female streamers on Twitch, because like I, of course, don't think that these people deserve to have this stuff made from them, and I especially don't think that what Atrioc did was okay, like, at all. Like, it's actually like very bad what he did. But it did make me think, because when this story originally came out, it was originally like, there's a lot more information now about what happened. He has since like done an apology, and the streamers that had this stuff made of them on the website have spoken out about it. Originally, I just thought that it was funny that a streamer that I like looked at a website with this stuff made of Pokimane, basically. Like, I thought the idea of him looking at deep fake stuff of Pokimane was funny. And although like there is kind of humor in that, like that also kind of thinking that it's funny, I feel like does kind of objectify Pokimane in some way, because like even like this goes for all streamers, not necessarily just female streamers, at least for me, but like even though you're taught all this stuff about, everyone talks about like the parasocial relationship and like all this like meta streamer stuff in like the internet, it's, you still especially streamers that you don't really watch and don't have like a parasocial relationship with. um it is kind of hard to, not hard really, hard's the wrong word, but it's just like I don't really see them as people most of the time, you know what I mean? Because like, of course I know they are people, I know that they have emotions and all that stuff, but sometimes you just forget. And this is a very very slippery slope, so I'm taking my time with talking about this, but it this this whole thing was pretty eye-opening for me, because I I don't know, because the fact that I just thought it was funny and like brushed it off as like just being kind of funny, um like I I knew in my head that what he did was really bad, but I also thought like this will kind of just blow over, and like people forget about it. And while that is probably still true, the fact that I immediately thought of that instead of like what how this might have affected the people involved, I don't know. It's just calling myself into question a little bit. And you know, I don't know. It's really weird, of course. And like I'm this isn't at all me trying to like necessarily make this about me, you know what I mean? It's it's just it's just me kind of reflecting out loud, and calling into question how I view people online, you know. Because I also saw like a really really good video by this guy Dr. K from the channel Healthy Gamer GG, who really, because he's like a psychiatrist, so he really dove into like the mental ramifications of this stuff on all people, and it also really put into perspective how people think, how this stuff affects people. Because there was an insane statistic that he said where 50% of people that have non-consensual stuff made about them go from become suicidal, even if previously they had no none of this beforehand. It just like that, even if prior they're like mentally completely healthy, after they see something like that made of them, they just like that they become suicidal. And that really really put into perspective and made me think about how this stuff affects people. And it kind of made me think about, am I like part of the problem, you know what I mean? because it's really rough. And if Ludwig put out a video about this situation, and he basically just highlighted tweets from the women involved, and that the amount of people, the amount of women that were severely affected by this was insane. And I don't mean that in like, isn't it insane how much these snowflake women are affected by this? It's more like, oh, I did not realize how much this affects people. And something that I initially just thought was really funny is actually like really serious, and it just really put into perspective a lot of things for me. And just been thinking hard about how I treat people, you know, and not necessarily how I treat people like directly, but just how I view people, especially like female streamers online, because this stuff is serious. And seeing how rough it is for people to discover that this stuff is made about them, it really did like open my mind to a lot of stuff. So but yeah, it's just a fucked up situation for all of the people involved. And we'll see what happens with Atra, if he does come back to streaming, or if he's just off the grid forever now. I do want to believe that he isn't actually like a bad person, because like a lot of his videos made my days a lot better. So it is just really sad to have something come out about one of your favorite streamers, you know. But yeah, that's a very, very serious tangent. But I highly recommend, if anything else, to watch the video watch Dr. K's video about the deepfake stuff and how it's affecting us, because it's really interesting, and it raises a lot of concerns from both genders, and it's just really interesting, and I think it's really important video to watch. But yeah, I don't know how to transition out of this, but I don't know how to go from this to talking about how we're all like leaves and we should like talk to like trees and shit. But but I guess I'll just end it off by saying treat people good, you know, and really think about how you view people, even though they may not seem very important to your life. They may be important to other people's lives, and that ramifications could affect them a lot more than you think. But yeah, that's it. That was very heavy. That's like one of the heaviest discussions on Stargrinding. But It's important to talk about. So uh I don't know how to transition into this, how to transition out of this, so I'm just going to not do that, and I'm just going to talk about how we all come from how we all come from how we all come from clouds or some shit. I do not want to play this again. So I was studying in I was getting some work done, and Carter was doing some philosophy homework where he had to read an article and discuss like what it means and everything and answer questions based off of that. And it was actually like very interesting because it brought into perspective some like Buddhist philosophies that I think were very interesting and were very interesting outlooks on life and how we should live it. Because how just saying that we should talk to like the trees and shit, it just sounds stupid, but it was very interesting because basically it was just I don't know how to explain this at all, but like the example was basically if you look at a piece of paper, the piece of paper had a lot of things going for it, right? The trees that made it, the sun that nurtured the trees, the clouds that rained water on the trees that grew the paper, that grew the trees that made the paper, like the men, the lumberjack that cut down the trees to make the paper, the lumberjack's family made the lumberjack, and without the lumberjack he wouldn't have existed. And basically what this is getting at is that everything in the world would not exist without something else. Like without the moon in the sky, I would not be sitting here with the recording a Stargrinding video. And it's basically just one big butterfly effect kind of thing, where because everything is all connected and nothing would exist separately just on its own, it means that it basically calls into question the concept of like birth and death, because everything has everything exists because of something else. Everything exists because of everything else. Nothing would exist without even like the most minute little thing, like the mouse pad that I'm actually not using right now, that's just sitting aside. I would not exist without that mouse pad, and that mouse pad would not exist without me. And so it calls into question these man-made concepts of birth and death, and makes it so that dying is not the end. It's just a beginning of another phase, you know, like when my body dies, I'll be returned to the ground, and from the compost that my body creates, like, nature will spring, and I will be a part of that nature, you know. And without that nature, no one else would exist. And I'm not explaining this well, like, literally at all, but but it it took like an hour to read, like, the article and comprehend everything. So what I'm talking about probably doesn't make any sense right now, but it it was just, it was really interesting. And it just, philosophy is actually, like, really interesting. It's seeing other people's view on life and religion, you know, and people's reasoning for why we exist is really interesting. And yeah, I don't know. It is just super interesting. So yeah, that's that. I did not explain that correctly at all, but that was just something interesting that came up, and we had like a 2-hour philosophy discussion about the meaning of life and stuff, when we should have been doing work. We should have been doing work, but instead we were discussing the meaning of life and what happens after we die and all that stuff. Which was actually very interesting, and I'm glad we had that discussion, even at the cost of me doing my work. But that's basically what I am the leaf meant. And I'm glad that even pleboids are interested in this deep philosophy discussion, because I think more people need to realize that they are all leaves, and that without a leaf, they would not exist. I think more people need to realize that, to be honest. And I'm so glad that even pleboids can understand that. But anyway, next topic of discussion, the banana phone bit, which is probably one of the stupidest things that I've ever laughed for a significant amount of time about. So basically, I was walking to class, right? And I had a banana. As like a snack because I was hungry. And I was walking to class with this banana. And while walking to class, I thought of this bit. That is so stupid. Basically, like, I had a banana in my pocket, and then I was like, I was like putting it up to my ear like as a phone, like I'm fucking 6 years old, and I thought of because I thought of this bit where someone, like, this is a two-person thing, where, like, imagine a scenario. You're in class, someone's lecturing, and then someone's phone goes off, right? And with this bit, The phone, it involves two people. The phone, the person calling the phone in question will be someone else, and then someone else. Okay, let's start over. I'm really bad at explaining this, but basically, imagine someone's phone goes off, right? And in class, and it's really loud and it disturbs the class, and then the person whose phone that is pulls out he pulls out a banana and he goes damn it. He pulls out a banana and he like they like press the on the banana like they're declining the call, and then immediately when they press the banana the call stops. So I just thought it would be really funny if like in class someone's phone goes off and then straight faced they pretend that the phone that's ringing is a banana, and when they press the banana when they press on the banana then the ringing like actually stops. And how it would work is, what is this? Damn, is this just a secret way? It's not. Okay. But anyway, so how it would work is, how I like workshopped this bit in my head was someone would call somebody on the phone, and then when somebody in the same class would call them, then the phone would ring, and then they would time it so that they would stop the call when the other person presses on the banana. Explaining this out loud just makes me realize how fucking stupid I am. Like, explaining this bit out loud and thinking about the amount that I laughed at this bit. It was so stupid. I was laughing on the way to class. I was concerned that I would still be laughing about it at this own stupid creation that I made up while in class, and I'd be called out for it. But luckily I was able to keep it together and nothing happened. But I still think it would be really funny if that if that happened. It was just the absurdity of it, and it's only funny if the two people doing it are able to keep it together. Because if they laugh, then it's instantly like not as funny. But yeah, that's what I was laughing at on the way to my class. I'm actually, now that I've talked about this out loud, it's actually embarrassing how much I laughed at this bit. But I think in practice it would actually be funny. Explaining the joke, I'm kind of dying inside now because of how stupid it is, but I think it is the stupid type of humor that the college environment would appreciate. So if that ever happens, I'm not gonna be able to keep it together. If if someone that's watching this decides to run it, oh man, it would make my week. It would make my month, honestly, because it's so stupid. But yeah, that's what my dumbass brain came up with. Um. Okay, banana phone bit. I'm the leaf. Um. And speaking of laughing at stupid stuff, dude. I this term, as opposed to last term, I am in classes with more people that I know, which is really good. I really like being in classes with people I know because it makes it a lot less boring. But also, particularly in my engineering class, I have it with one of my friends, and dude, it's so bad because something stupid would happen, like some joke, like a perfect example of this happened recently, where there was a diagram of something and it looked phallic, let's say, and I thought about that. I thought about it, and then I saw it, and I was like, "This is funny. This is kind of funny." But like, come on, I'm 19 years old. I'm not gonna laugh at this. And then I just, I just feel the seat vibrating because like all of the seats are like connected in like the room. All the seats in like a row are connected, and then I see this object, and I just feel the seat vibrating, and I look over, and my friend's just dying, and it's so stupid because normally if I was alone, I'd think, huh, that's kind of funny, and then would not laugh. I would not even crack a smile. But just something about being with him and the fact that he's laughing so much at I just could not keep it together for like the rest of the lecture. It's so stupid. Because it's silent. So the fact that that he's trying to not make a scene just makes it so much funnier. And dude, this has happened almost every lecture. It's so dumb. Just something stupid happened, and just imagining him laughing makes it funnier. And also, whenever you're trying not to laugh, it's so much harder not to. It's actually so much harder not to. And when you know that someone that they're also laughing, it just makes like the worst scenario for trying not to laugh. Again, I'd much rather be in a class with someone that I know than being in a class with no one I know. But there are there are downsides. And although they are very funny downsides, it's just, oh my god, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. I hate it. Yeah, I actually need to concentrate on this level because it's like actually kind of hard. It's kind of cool though, because it's very like synced, although it is still pretty weird. It is a fun level though, so I'm not gonna like skip it. I might if it takes too long. Jeez, I'm on fucking attempt 100 already. Dude, this is gonna be a long episode. There is a chance that they come back from that my roommate and Co come back from watching anime while I'm still recording, and as much as I've been enjoying doing this, I do not want that to happen. So I do want to wrap this up soon. So I will be a little bit more silent going forward. Dude, I keep thinking that I'm gonna be upside down. Rightfully so. But I'm not upside down. There you go. Are you fucking kidding me? This level's so long as well. If this... It would have been funny if this level was Ori themed, because it is called Blind Forest. So it would have been very apropos for this to be Ori themed. Okay, Jesus. Finally finished a practice run, dude. Okay, I need another topic to talk about. Oh yeah, here's a small one. Since from watching like a lot of VTubers and a lot of other like content creators, it's made me consider pulling a Ludwig and starting to just stream on YouTube. Because I feel like with the changes that YouTube has put in recently, where videos and like live streams and like shorts are in different categories under your channel, it's actually made me heavily consider just streaming on YouTube from now on, because it is like the better viewing experience, at least for me, especially because I'm also affiliate, which means that ads show up. Ads show up for me, and Twitch ads are insufferable, so there's that. and also the fact that YouTube VODs are saved forever. Is also a very big element. Because I was watching some of my earliest streams that have since been unlisted, so you can't find them anymore. But I was looking at like my old like Golden Strawberry Celeste streams, and I think it would just be really cool to have like an archive of just like random streams, even though they might not end up being super important. Having them saved would just be really cool. To like look back on in the future. Like watching my like Doki Doki playthrough over again, and watching my old reactions to getting the golden strawberries in Celeste. It's been fun. It's been fun to rewatch, and makes me kind of want to switch to YouTube. One thing is that because of generous subs and like donations and such, I have been able to make a little bit of money from Twitch. But I don't think it's enough to warrant streaming on not switching. Because a lot of the people that watch me, being my friends only, do not use Twitch regularly, you know? So it would be a better viewing experience. And it would also have archive potential, and it would be very organized so that my videos and my live streams are separate, so that my YouTube page is not cluttered up by a bunch of streams that you have to sift through to find videos. So it's something that I'm considering, and I might actually do. The only thing that has prevented me is, well, one, the other issue being monetary gain. But also I'm just lazy. I'm just lazy. And I will say, Twitch, like, I don't really remember what streaming on YouTube is like, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot easier to stream on Twitch, because the Twitch app has like a creator mode that helps you see what's going on in your stream and such, which makes it's really easy to like change the title and do all that stuff. So there'll be like a learning curve for sure, but I think it will be worth it in the long run, because yeah, Twitch kind of sucks. So and to make it easier for the people that actually watch me, I just think it would be very nice to potentially switch. But I'm still thinking about it. I don't know if I will. I don't know if I won't. But I guess from that I can pivot to something completely unrelated. I don't know why I said I could pivot to it, but I'm French pilled. I'm French pilled still. I haven't watched another Cyprian, my favorite French YouTuber Cyprian. I've not watched another video of his since my first dabbling into French, the French side of YouTube. But I did download Duolingo. And I know I said, fuck Babbel, fuck this, fuck that. I'm not gonna spend any more money on these language learning apps. Duolingo is actually like pretty good, honestly. And because it's like a mobile app, the reminders to like actually practice are actually really useful and really helpful. Because my issue is just consistency. My issue with language learning is mostly just consistency. And you know what? I've actually learned quite a bit so far from, god damn it, from Duolingo, because most of the time it's just mostly stuff that I already knew from studying French on Babbel, but like I know how to say some stuff now, so it will be very helpful in potentially having a French conversation. And I have like more material now to parody my beloved cookie friend. I will have more material to apply to my bastardized version of French people that I've created. But yeah, I can say je suis, or je m'appelle Rémi. J'étudie en Oregon. Je parle anglais. Comment ça va? Just unrelated sentences. But I do feel like I'm learning. Like some of Duolingo is kind of boring because it is just saying je suis un chat, or like comment tu t'appelles? It's still not really supplying the idea of expressing myself, like expressing myself in French, you know. So, but we'll see. I have like a 15-day streak right now, so I'm doing pretty good. You know, I'm doing pretty good. I've been on the French grind. Dude, I am kind of blanking on stuff that I've learned from the app, but dude, come on. Like Duolingo has this thing called stories where it's just like a conversation between two people, and it's just completely in French, and it does include words that you have not learned yet, so it's like actual like conversations that people might have, and you can learn words that way, you know. And those are particularly useful because I can like understand stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I can understand what they meant. I still don't, dude. I hate that. That's so stupid. I'm not at the level of conveying my own ideas yet, but hopefully I'll get there. But for now, I can only really say like je suis une étudiante, not une, je suis un étudiante. J'habite en Oregon. Je m'appelle Remy. Yeah, that's basically it for now. There's some stuff that I've learned that I don't really know how to apply yet in like a natural context, but I do feel like I'm learning, which is pretty nice to actually feel like I'm learning a language, you know. Fuck off, dude. Dude. France is so funny in the friend group that I'm in. Because everyone just hates French people. Not hates French people, but you know what I mean. Like like one day we were just randomly looking at like French people jokes, and like one dude, two of the highlights are so stupid. One of them was actually really good, one of them was just really stupid, but this it was, how do you hide money, how do you hide money, or how do you keep your money hidden from a French person? And the punchline was, put it under a bar put it under a bar of soap. It's so stupid. How do you hide money from a French person? Put it under a bar of soap. And another one was, why can't French people eat M&Ms? Because they're too hard to peel. Like, that was so stupid, because of course it's implying that like French people are just stupid, but it's also just really dumb, like because they're too hard to peel, dude. Like, what is that joke? Another honorable mention was, how do you get a French person out of a bathtub throw in a bar of soap? But yeah, French is fun. French is very funny. But it's been very fun learning it, so I look forward to being able to speak it in some capacity at some point in time. I think I will also keep, at some point, I'll go back to like watching French YouTubers with like French subtitles on, and maybe I'll come back to Cyprian's Japan vlog, and when I'm like better and I'll be able to understand more stuff. Fuck off. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't know what to talk about anymore. I do still have a lot of stuff in the Stargrinding notebook and the Stargrinding note on my phone, but a lot of it is either like outdated and I don't really feel the need to talk about it anymore, or I just don't feel like talking about it. I don't know. It's not like anything is insanely personal, but a lot of it is just random things that happened. You know what? I'll go through it again. Oh, I do actually have something that I could talk about a lot, but it's also nearing the end of the episode, so I need like a medium length topic to talk about. You know what? It's a 5-star, bro. Right now I'm just gonna talk about not having anything to talk about right now. So, yeah. How's your life been? That was cool. I've been pretty good. Been thinking a lot about a lot of stuff. I feel like at one point in the near future there will be a quite big conversation that I'm going to talk about, that I will not give any hints as to what it is, because when I do eventually talk about it, it will be pretty huge, actually. Just to preface, it is not content related at all. It is something very personal. But other than that, I will not say anything further. But when I do eventually make the decision to talk about it, it will be a very interesting Stargrinding episode. I'll say that. But for now, we're just gonna keep talking about stupid stuff like banana phones and being Leafs. So I don't know if I should say get hyped, but there will be a very interesting Stargrinding episode in the near future. But with that, I'm finally all done. I'm very happy to have recorded another episode. Got into some heavy stuff, but heavy and introspective stuff, but nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed. I'm very glad to be recording this again after all the bullshit I've been through trying to find a damn good time to record this. But with that, I hope that you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, and evening. I have been Remblob, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully not as huge of a gap between episodes, but you never know. Maybe the cosmic force of the universe will fuck me over at some other point in the future. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Bye bye!